Hi. Okay, sige. So,
Sure.
first thing, morning. Hello, guys. First thing, we're gonna discuss your week 3 na lesson. Medyo mabigat yung lesson na to, guys. Pero, and also, as a reminder pala, we'll have 3 self-paced classes from Tuesday to Thursday, self-paced kayo. And ngayon lang yung ating live conference. So please open your student study guide. And then I'm just gonna give you an overview. Hindi na natin muna to i-discuss kasi marami pa tayong ita-tackle. Please read through the key concepts or the introduction to the course. And you can see that nakikita yung mga concepts dyan na define. And then yung mga specific na bagay na dapat nating malaman. Yung objectives natin, we'll discuss that later. And make sure you also look at your concept map for economics. And then makikita natin yung pages na nakalagay sa libro, nakalagay din diyan. So 244 to 250, please read through that. 251 to 256 and 256 to 258. For this lesson, for this day, we're gonna look at money lang muna. So eto muna i-discuss natin. And for financial institutions and monetary policy, teacher will just give you a video on the CLE, which you could watch on YouTube as well. And kapag hindi masyadong maintindihan, meron din tayong mga resources na inilagay. Ayan. For our schedule for this week, we're going to discuss the introductory lesson on financial sector and Philippine monetary policy. So our discussion for this week will revolve on money, the evolution, functions, characteristics, and factors of money. And then for Tuesday, you're gonna get pala your self-paced or your activity 3.1 p-test later. For Tuesday, self-paced na tayo. So meron tayong list of resources dyan sa CLE, which I will show you later. And then we also have our lessons in the book from page 244 to 258. And I will also be posting video recording of the lessons that we are gonna discuss sana for Wednesday. Ayan. And for testing, para matest yung sarili nyo, hindi na tayo magla-live conference nito. Gagawa na lang kayo or iti-take nyo na lang yung 30 item na quizzes game for review by yourself. Ayan. So it's linked in the detailed section or it will be linked in the detailed section. And then you have your Wednesday self-paced na rin tayo panoorin yung video natin. And then you can also take the activity 3.4, which is the post-test. Also, our performance task for both week 3 and week 4 is to create an infographic. So there's a guide posted in your CLE already, but teacher will also record a video about that so that you will be guided. Ayan. So pakita ko na lang muna for a bit yung ating infographic guide. Ayan. So yung infographic, I don't know if some of you are familiar. Ayan. Okay, so eto yung resources natin. May nakalagay na dyang videos per topic. And these are short videos that you could watch to introduce you to the specific lessons. And so eto yung mga outside na resources per topic. If you want to know more about the BSP's response to COVID-19, this is not this is not required of the class. Pero if you're having a hard time understanding the lesson in the book, or even understanding the videos I will be posting, then please use this outside resources. If you're curious about the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas response to COVID-19, they actually created a report detailing these responses. Kasi yun yung actually yung ating topic for this week. And your lecture slides are also posted. So for the activity 3.4, making an infographic, this one, just make sure you download this infographic guide. Ayan, so eto yung ating gagawin para sa infographic. I will also be posting a video presentation of this. So medyo pahapyaw lang muna yung pag-discuss ko ngayon kasi wala tayong time. When we're talking about an infographic, basically this is a collection of images, charts, and text that gives an easy to understand overview of the topic. So the infographic must be able to be striking, to engage visuals, as well as to communicate information clearly and quickly. You could choose our topics in monetary policy for this one. Ayan. Ito yung possible topics natin. Evolution of Philippine money, kinds of money, functions of money. You could consult the pages in your book for this one. So may nakalagay dyan na page numbers and the resources that you could use. Or you could also click through the links so that you could have additional resources. So pwede isa lang na topic yung kukunin ha. Kasi kapag maraming topic kayo sa infographic, it might be too much. And with regards to the resources or with regards to the criteria, pakibasa lang yung criteria. I also explain that later in the video. Pero you will be judged based on your content and completeness, the clarity and the visuals of your infographic, as well as the design and layout. So, pwede yan ma-measure or pwede yan natin makita. For example, eto yung dalawang or eto pala, with regards to the resources, kapag maghanap kayo ng content, just use Google. So list the topic or type in the topic evolution of money, search. Pero if you want to have credible and legitimate resources, you could do this. So put the topic and then put bsp.gov.ph for Bangko Sentral kasi sometimes they would have information regarding that. Or you could also use the shortcut site and then like the mark, I forgot what the mark, the colon, right? And .edu. And it will link you to a lot of education resources from universities as well as schools. So the resources are a bit more trustworthy. For the visuals, just click or Google topic. For the apps that you could use apps like Canva, PowerPoint presentation, or you could also cut and paste. So ito yung sample natin ng infographic. Ayan. This one is an example of infographic. It has information regarding the evolution of money, which is one sample. Makikita natin dito na pwede, for both clarity and design, diba? Clear yung design natin, pero two for completeness kapag tinitingnan natin yung rubric kasi kulang yung details. So sana merong sort of additional details sa gold, may wrong spelling pa. Instead of metal coins with an L, it should be one L lang. And so this is the ways in which you could judge, right, your infographic. This one, for example, has a much more comprehensive discussion. So hindi naman kailangan na super comprehensive talaga na it's an essay or so on. Actually, it would give you less points. Right? Pero make sure that you give at least some details as possible using the rubric. So for example, dito, this is 444. For yung clarity niya, for yung design niya, and then for yung completeness. So these two are examples of infographic. I will detail the other examples later on sa video. Just watch the video. Pero for now, ito yan. So use this a guide so that you could do your infographic. And make sure while you're trying to do your infographic, you also consult the rubrics para malaman kayo para malaman niyo kung ano yung standards, 'di ba, ng ating infographic. So that's it for now. Do we have any questions regarding our performance task for this week? May questions ba tayo so far? Okay, kapag wala kang questions or kapag walang masyadong questions, or kapag may questions, please just watch the video first of the infographic, which will be posted on YouTube maybe later in the afternoon or tomorrow in the morning. And please, if you have any additional questions regarding the performance task, you can just chat me. And so for now, I'm gonna ask you to participate in class. And you can do this by chatting, or I really suggest unmuting your mic. Ayan. So we're going to discuss monetary policy, specifically the topic of money. Our lesson objectives for this week is to first identify the uses, types, and values of money. And we will do that through the discussion for today, reading, quizzes, plus the quiz. Reading your books, identify the types of value of financial institutions in the country. So this one, we will not have any discussion for this one. You're just gonna watch the video pala, read your book, and you could also quiz yourself to the quizzes and then the quiz. And so discussing the goals and methods of the Philippine monetary policy, you're also gonna watch video, read through your book, quizzes and quiz. And then with regards to your performance task, you can choose any of the topics here. So you could talk about money in your infographic. You could also detail the financial institutions in the country if you want to, or you could also discuss the two types of monetary policy that the Philippines has. And so, makikita natin, diba, that these are the main goals that we will have for this week. And for now, eto yung ating concept map. So, eto yung discussion natin. Money could be covered or is covered in your book from pages 244 to 250. And these are the topics or the subtopics. Just read through them. Your book is a very useful resource and it's actually a really good book. Even though walang masyadong pictures, just, sabi nga ni Sean, if you just read, you'll eventually understand. If you don't understand, then find ways to be able to understand. So use video, consult with me, so on. Right? Alam mo, or alam nyo guys, every person, no matter how smart, right? Si Einstein, actually, these are the people that they know the least. And so they know that there's always something that they could supplement their knowledge for. There's no such thing in life as there's a stopping of learning. So you're always gonna be learning if you want to be smart, right? And it's just a matter of will as well as effort, as well as interest. So if you're interested, if you're willing to, if you really want to comprehend the topic, then don't let your pride overpower that desire to learn, 'di ba? Kasi wala kang makukuha sa pride. You're just gonna be stuck in your own learning that is very hindi siya comprehensive. Wala kang makukuha diyan. It's not gonna help you in the long run. And so financial institutions, you have banking institutions, papunta sa ilalim, that's page 251 to 256. Monetary policy, that's page 256 to 258, and you have two types. You have easy or expansionary money policy and tight or contractionary money policy. And the essential questions that we will answer specifically for this class today is what is money and how has money evolved and why do we need it? So that's for today. And for the rest, sa other videos, what are the rules of financial institutions? How does the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas regulate monetary policy? And when should we use easy or expansionary money policy or tight or contractionary money policy? Okay, so for now, let's proceed to the lesson. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items here with letters. Which of the following do you think could be considered money in this 6 item or 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 items? Saan dito yung i-consider o pwedeng ma-consider na money? So you can chat or you can also unmute your mic. Or I'll just call on some people here. If you don't want to volunteer, sige, let's have Brent. Brent, can you give me just a letter if of what could be considered money here? A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
A.
A, okay, correct, right? That's money. How about something that could not be considered as money? Chloe. Saan dito yung hindi pwede? Yes?
Paumanang question.
Ano yung hindi pwedeng masabi na pera siya?
F or
Okay.
I.
Yes. Tama. Okay, and then the other one is?
G.
Okay, very good. Okay, wonderful. So you have F as well as G. Ayan. And thank you so much, Chloe. So do you agree with Chloe that among all these 7 choices, only F and G could not be considered money? Meron pa ba dito magsasabi na yung cow is considered money or not? Sige. I'll ask Ariana. Ariana, could a cow be considered money? Pwede bang ma-consider na money yung cow?
Tanan man siya.
Okay, tanan. Oh, really? Yung leaf na yon and toilet paper? Okay, sige. Pwede may point. Pero I agree with Chloe. Mamaya, sasabihin natin sinabi ni Brent kasi actually, there could be value with regards to that. Pero generally, I agree with what Chloe said that toilet paper and the leaf could not be considered money. But in certain situations, if these things become valuable, specifically the toilet paper, diba? If it becomes valuable in itself, then it could be used as a type of commodity money. Pwede siyang ma-exchange. So, Brent has some point. Pero dapat in specific situations lang to kasi hindi siya universal, di ba? When you go to the market, you don't say, okay, who here wants to exchange toilet paper with me? Pwede sa cow. Right? You could you could even use cow as a way para bumili ng lupa, di ba? Depende kung gaano kadami yung cows mo. Pero toilet paper, not accepted as much. Pero during, for example, there's a scarcity or a lack of toilet paper, like you're in prison, for example, tapos hindi na-deliver yung toilet paper, then it could be used as a medium of exchange. Kaya nga sa prisuhan, cigarettes could also be considered as a type of money in the sense that it's very scarce and people want it a lot, so they would exchange work, they would exchange other goods to get pieces of cigarette, right? And it's the same for toilet paper. So in that sense, Brent is correct sometimes, 'di ba, in certain situations. But with regards to the universality of using toilet paper as well as leaves for money, generally it's not as accepted as the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 'di ba? Yung cash natin, yung cow natin, which is even though it's not as portable as the rest, it's still considered to be acceptable form of money. You have the coins, GCash, as well as your credit cards. Ayan. Gets ba yung concept? Ayan. So, generally, F and G could not be considered money only in certain situations. Yung leaf, not yet. Right? Pero, for example, it's a gold leaf. Right? Or it's a tea leaf that is very valuable. It could be considered money because it's a scarce thing that is valued by all. Right? So, money has to have certain characteristics. Yung definition natin ng money, money is any object which the market generally accepts as payment for goods and services, as well as repayment for debts in a given country or socio-economic context. So, makikita natin, pwede yung mag-change, di ba? Given a certain socio-economic concepts. Pero, with regards to generally accepts as payment, ibig sabihin, tinatanggap ng lahat, kasi yan yung isang requirement ng pera. Dapat, pwedeng matanggap ng lahat as valuable, as exchangeable, then A, B, C, D, and E, the ones that would qualify given this definition. Okay, in your book, you can read pages 245 to 250 regarding this topic. Ayan. So, eto na-establish natin, basta pera, kailangan universally recognized as pwede na gamitin for exchange, for transactions, and at the same time, universally recognized as valuable. That's at least two requirements with regards to pera. So, a toilet paper could become valuable given certain situations, or a leaf, depende sa leaf, could become valuable given certain situations, and given kung saang place sila nakalagay, then it could also become valuable. In that sense, toilet paper could become valuable in prison, or in a city kung saan there's a lack of toilet paper, pwedeng i-trade, or you could also see that in certain groups of people, for example, yung mga mahilig sa tea, like tea lovers, then tea could be used as a medium of exchange as well. Okay, so these are the things. But A, B, C, E, and D, these are generally the ones that we use for transactions. Okay, sige. So that's one. Pakibasa yung page 246 or 244 to 250 regarding the types of money or what money is for that. And you could also watch the video post the CLE. There's a really good introduction by Marginal University or Marginal Revolution University about money and what money is. And so for now, eto yung ating main na definition. Generally accepted and considered to be valuable. Later on, sasabihin natin, yung papel na pera, hindi siya intrinsically valuable, but society deems it as valuable. Kapag makikita ka ng 1,000 sa daan, it's just paper. Right? Wala siyang intrinsic na value, but at the same time, because society, with regards to exchange of money, deems that 1,000 peso as valuable, it could buy a lot, diba, of things, then it becomes valuable. So may value siya, even though it's paper. Okay? Ayan, yung value ng pera, hindi lang nakadepende yan sa intrinsic na value, pero kung ano yung value na nilalagay ng society. Diba? Ayan. So, with regards to this money, we have 5, yung 5 na natira na iyon. Let's try to order which type of money came earliest, yung pinakauna na nilabas or ginamit na pera, and then which came latest. Sige, let's have Jervon. Jervon, can you order using the letters A, B, C, D, and E? Which one came first? Saan dito yung nauna na pera, na ginamit na pera? Okay, si Kent na lang. Kent, how about you? Which one was used first? As
Chat box si Jerbon.
ay chatbox si Jervon. Okay, sige. Ayan, letter B is the correct answer, right? Ayun, tama. Okay, next one. What would be the next one that was used as money? Guess. Let's have John Dale. John Dale, ano sa tingin mo yung next na ginamit na pera? So, obviously, guys, hindi ibig sabihin na kapag pinakauna, hindi na ginagamit. These are still accepted as money, pero sila talaga yung ginamit nung una. Okay, so what is the next type of money that was used? Sige, si ano na lang. How about Kent? Kent, what do you think? B, A, or after B, what's the next one? A, C, D, E? Okay, C, correct. So you have the gold coins or coins that are or the metal, diba? The metallic money, right? And then next one, you have what's the next one? Let's have ano na lang, C. Juan, Juan, can you ano, after B, C, ano yung next? Tapusin mo na lahat. After B and C, what would be the next sequence? Okay, tapos na yung B. C, A. Okay, A, tama, correct. Paper money. And then next is D and E. Very good. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin. Ano yung napansin? Ito yung ranking natin, diba? B or A, B, C, D, E, A for the cow, B for the gold coins, C for paper money, D for credit cards, and E for GCash. What do you notice about the evolution of money? What happened throughout time? Bakit ganito yung progression ng pera? Ano yung na-notice natin? Money became more what? As time goes by, what we considered as money became more what? Can you give adjectives to describe the evolution of money from cow papuntang GCash? Ano yung kaniyang mga transitions or evolutions? Mas naging ano siya? Mas naging ano siya? Sige, let's have si
Naging number siya.
naging number. Okay, may quantitative. Ay, tama, okay. What do you mean when you say, Brent, na may number?
Ano lang, sir, sa una, di ba, sir, cash lang. Tapos kaya, number lang.
Number lang, 'di ba? Pero may value pa rin siya. Ayan, so sinasabi ni ni Brent, with technology that is evolving, nakikita natin yung value ng pera or yung pera na ginagamit natin evolves with the type of technology. So, if you rank this, ano dito yung may pinakamalaking space na ino-occupy? 'Di ba nakikita natin as time goes by, the space or the portability specifically of money gets better. Dati, imagine trying to go to Kalibo, having a cow, and to exchange that, di ba? Ayun, so hindi naman ganun yung nangyayari. Pero di ba makikita natin sa mga tribong society, yung ginagawa nila is they would bring their cows and so on. Sa Bible, for example, if they go to from one place to another, they don't only bring gold coins, they bring cows and animals with them for exchange purposes. So, what is the difficulty kapag ganito yung pera na ginagamit natin? What could be a difficult thing if you use cows and animals as a type of medium of exchange or pera? What could be the problems that could happen? Krisha, sige, Chris. Karahuya. Okay. Sabi ni Juan, kakaruya daw kasi malaki. Okay, pwede din. Biyahe, tama. And then, ano pa? Okay, tama. Sa kay Krisha, there's a phone lang. Later, we'll discuss that. Yung convenience factor. Diba? So, obviously, it's not convenient at all. At the same time, your medium of transaction could die and get sick. Imagine, you were expecting something in return or to use it as exchange, but it could die on the road. At the same time, it's very hard. Hindi siya liquid. Kapag sinasabing liquid, hindi siya madaling gamitin or hindi siya pwedeng i-turn into cash, at saka hindi siya pwedeng gamitin for exchange sa lahat ng panahon. So for example, si Gian, tsaka si Juan, gusto ni Juan mag-trade ng cow for Gian's pig, di ba? Sometimes, hindi mag-a-agree yan si Gian tsaka si Juan. Kasi nga, Pag akala ni Gian, yung value ng pig niya is more compared sa cow, and sometimes pwedeng may sakit yung mga pigs na iyon at hindi mo malalaman. So, medyo marami pang transaction cost at marami pang time na gagamitin para maalam or para magkaroon ng exchange, di ba? Yan. So people had to find another means to make transactions easier and more portable. So they started with using metal, right? Uh, they used metal, they mined metal, and they made it into coins. And these coins could be used as a medium of exchange depending on not only the state, pero kahit saan. Kasi may intrinsic na value yung metal. Kasi nga, di ba, gold or silver are intrinsically valuable kahit hindi sila pera. So people accepted it everywhere. But there are still problems with regards to this. Mas lumiit nga siya, it's heavy, but at the same time lumiit na siya. Pwede ilagay sa bulsa, pwedeng dalhin kahit saan-saan. What do you think could still be a problem with regards to using gold and silver as money or as a medium of exchange? Ano yung magiging problema dito? Gian, what could be a problem with using gold and silver as a medium of exchange? Expensive, very good. So costly siya, right? In a sense. Kasi nga, yung gold and silver intrinsically valuable sila, pwede silang magamit through other things, right? And at the same time, gold and silver are non-renewable resources. Mahilig mabudlay, tsaka mahirap siya imina. And then you just transform them into coins. Right? So, hindi siya as sustainable as people want, right? Ayan. So they started finding other means to make money more sustainable, as well as more practical and less valuable intrinsically. Kasi valuable yung gold and silver. Gusto kong minsan, yung nangyayari is, instead mag-suspend yung tao, gusto nilang ilagay sa mga bangko, right? Kasi nga, intrinsically valuable sila. So there's, sometimes, there's not really a lot of spending going around. Diba? Ito yung naging logic ng tinatawag nating mercantilist na policy. Kasi nga, yung mga bansa, instead of instead of spending a lot, what they do with the gold and silver coins, they just put it in the banks kasi alam nila the value would accumulate in the future because nga hindi renewable yung mga resources na to. So alam natin kapag yung ekonomiya, there's less spending going around, what would happen is that it's not as productive as we would want it to be. And it's not as efficient as we would want it to be. So they had to find a way and they used paper money to do so. So eto yung generally ginagamit ngayon ng mga bansa, di ba? We use paper money. These things are not intrinsically valuable, but at the same time, what gives value to this money is the nation, right? Yung mga bansa, and then yung exchange ng pera na dito. Okay, so eto na, dito na talaga yung uniformity ng numbers makikita. Yan, you have the exchange rates na nakikita, and then mabilis na pag-update kung magkano yung exchange and so on, at makikita natin uniform na yung pagtalaga ng pera. Kasi nga, if you remember, ang hirap ng production ng coins, di ba? Kapag ilalagay mo yan ng value, the gold coin is like this. Ilan yung amount niya. Pero sa pera, makikita na may 20 pesos, may 50 pesos, may 100 pesos. So, pwede siyang i-divide. Imagine trying to divide a gold coin. Hindi pwede. Malaki masyado yung value niya. Imagine if you lost one, right? It would be very hard to recover. Pero if you have paper money with divisible quantities, 1,000, 500, so on, pwede mo siyang paramihin. At saka, kapag mawawala, I mean, it's sad, pero at the same time, it's not life-threatening naman. 'Di ba? Ayan, so ginagamit ngayon yung paper money. And after that, what do you think is the reason why they started using credit cards instead of paper money? What is the reason why they started using paper card or credit cards instead of using money? Ano yung pwedeng mangyari sa pera? Sa gold, tsaka sa pera, pwede silang, di ba? Pwede silang nakawin. Yung credit card, pwede ding nakawin, pero kasi may verification pa sa bangko. So, with regards to that, credit card is more secure, and at the same time, it's more portable. You have much money there sa loob, for debit card, or you could pay it afterwards as well. Right? So, meron na siyang mas maraming functions. And then you also have GCash. So, right now, you don't even need to transact sa bank. Right? You don't need to get a credit card and so on. You could always use GCash. You could transact sa Palawan Pawn Shop. And pwede yung gamitin sa maraming transactions. Di ba? Mas fluid and mas, mas convenient. So you could use it online, like a credit card as well. You could also use it to transform it into load. You could transform it into insurance. Lahat-lahat na. So it's very portable. It's flexible. Yun yung term talaga na word compared to the rest. Dati, nung pera, di ba, wala pa nga tayong cash on delivery dati sa mga online na transactions. Pero right now, inallow nila. Generally, in the past, we'd use credit cards and then yung digital money to do so. Right? So, mas flexible sila. Pwede siyang gamitin kahit saan. So, makikita natin, as time goes by, eto yung nangyayari. Money becomes more portable. Money becomes more secure. Yung credit cards natin tsaka GCash natin, money becomes more durable. So, sasabihin natin yung papel, durable ba siya? Yes, it's durable. Right? It's actually really durable, yung papel natin, yung pera natin, because our banks try to make sure that they do not tear as easily. Right? Siyempre, mas durable yung gold coins natin, pero there's a trade-off with regards to durability as well as convenience din naman, di ba? And the value or intrinsic value. You also have divisible. So, eto nga yung sinabi ni Brent kanina, mas mabilis na lang, di ba? So, piso, dos, 20, 30, so on, compared sa gold coin dati. Ano gagawin mo sa gold coin mo? Either yung mabibili, hindi ka pwedeng makabili ng isang candy or isang Chucky sa gold coin mo. Pwede kang mabili pero ang raming logistics. Eto, you could always say that the value of a Chucky is 20 pesos and you just need to use a 20 pesos bill, or kapag GCash, you just pass 20 pesos in value. So it's very divisible and at the same time it's very flexible kasi pwedeng magamit kahit saan na transactions, 'di ba? Yung sa credit cards natin and then sa GCash, hindi masyado sa Pilipinas, pero if you go to the other countries, this is accepted sa mga stores nila, sa 7-Eleven nila, kahit saan. Yan. It's just the digitization of our country has not caught up yet. Yan. So, if you want to know more about this, you could read from page 248 papunta sa 250 of your book, the different characteristics of money, and your book actually gives a more comprehensive account of the different characteristics. Among this, 5, what do you want to use in the future? Ano yung gusto nyong gamitin in the future? Sige, C. Let's have Juliana. Juliana, which do you think you would use as the type of money that you would want to use in your transactions in the future? Lalo na sa C, D, and E. Would you prefer cash, credit card, or GCash, or your digital money? C, D, E. Ayun. Aside from, okay, kay Krisha is C and D, credit card, tsaka yung cash. Juan is C, D, E. Krisha also. Kasi ano yung reasons? Ano yung reasons kung bakit C, D, E? Di ba mas flexible sila? C, para sa pagbili ng pera sa transactions na physical. Well, D and E, kasi kailangan mo bumili digitally, eto yung gagamitin mo digitally. Ngayon, may mga bagong pera na that are much more secure, much more durable, much more portable, and more digitally made or digitally determined. Who here has heard of the cryptocurrency, mga Bitcoin? Sino nakarinig ng mga Bitcoin? Those are types of money as well. I don't really understand what they are, but these are types of money that are more secure, more durable, as well as basta marami siyang features. I tried reading about it, but I cannot understand it at all. Ayan. So, eto yung ginagamit ngayon or nilalagyan ng investment ng mga, tech people, specifically yung cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum, ganon-ganon. Ayan, Schlatcoin, I don't know what that is, Jerbon. Pero ayan, it's a type of cryptocurrency. Right? Ayan. Sige, so, eto yung functions natin ng money. Right? Pwede nyo actually ma-compare yung money sa meme. Diba? For example, eto, yung toilet paper, this is a meme that is not circulated as well. lima lang kayo na nakaka-understand, 'di ba? So wala siyang value. While yung ating yung ating credit cards, yung ating pera, because everybody understands the meme, then everybody uses it, 'di ba? Ganun lang yung idea nun. Whatever money is the one that is universally accepted and circulated by the people. And that's what derives or dyan nagde-derive yung value niya. 'Di ba? So yung meme, wala talaga siyang value. Pero 'di ba, kapag gumagawa kayo ng memes, diniduplicate, ginagamit ng pera, ganun din yung pera, 'di ba? If there's a demand for money, it's the same. Kapag may maraming meme na ginagamit, marami ding pera na ginagamit, 'di ba? So, yun lang, isipin niyo in that way. The more money is circulated, the more valuable it is. The more accepted it is, the more it is considered, right, to be a legitimate form of money. Ayan. So, ganun lang. Isipin niyo ganun. Okay, so, ito yung ating functions ng pera. You could also read bahol yung halaga ng Schlatt coin. Oo. I don't know. I'm gonna research that afterward. Pero ang marami ata na nag-aano, 'di ba? Na gumagawa na ng ganun, ng cryptocurrency. Ayan. Okay, sige. So, thank you for that, guys. Thank you for giving that like term na hindi ko pa alam. Okay, so ito yung functions of money. You could also read this in page 247 to 248 of your book, but these are the overviews. So you could use that as a medium of exchange. Let's look at it in the form of the first one. Ayan. First, money has to be accepted by all to facilitate transactions. The question, if you're asking, kapag pera ba ito, is would people accept this as easily in an exchange? Right? Madali ba tong i-accept ng mga tao for exchange? So for example, eto sa ilalim, baboy tsaka yung cow. Although these are valuable in itself, people would not generally use units of pig to trade for a cow. 'Di ba? Kasi nga hindi sila exact na measurement or hindi sila equitable na exchange. So hindi to ginagamit yung pig tsaka cow generally kapag ginagamit or nagpe-pay or nagta-transact economically kasi nga hindi mo pwedeng ma-equate. Ba paano masasabi 3.5 cow is equal to or 3.5 baboy is equal to 1 cow? Hindi mo pa alam kung may masakitin yung baboy. So tapos yung mga owners pa sasabihin na okay, yung cow may gatas to, 4 years old lang to. Paano mo yan ma-equate? 'Di ba? Ang hirap. So it's not generally used as a medium of exchange because nga ang raming mga logistical na reasons with regards to this. Pero yung pera, ang dali-dali lang. How much is a baboy? 'Di ba? Magkano yung baboy, guys, na isa na malaki? Alam ko lang yung pork, pero hindi ko yung baboy. Hindi ko alam yung baboy. Pero yung price ng baboy pala. And sabihin natin yung presyo ng baboy is 3,000 or 5,000. Ayan, isang lechon. And so 5,000 pesos isang baboy, may value na kagad siya. 'Di ba? Madaling sabihin, magkano yung baboy? Okay, 5,000 pesos. Ayan. Mag-exchange na kaagad. With a cow, 'di ba? Magkano yung isang cow? 10,000 pesos. Okay, pera. Yan. So walang ganong madali siyang i-transact, madaling mag-exchange, wala nang satsat, 'di ba? Yung satsat lang is tawad. Okay, pwede bang 4,500 na lang? Pero yun lang yung yung i-diskurso nyo. Kaya ginagamit yung pera, paper money, specifically to transact because it's really easy compared to the other types of money, 'di ba? Ayan, or commodity money. Okay, so that's one. It's used as a medium of exchange and dapat kapag medium of exchange, it could be accepted by all to facilitate transactions. Diba? So yung pera, madali siyang i-accept ng mga tao. Okay? And you also have standard of value. Next one, it expresses worth of an items consistently and is convenient for use. So, nakaka-describe siya ng value of things uniformly. Sa atin, ginagamit natin is peso, 'di ba? Tapos yung peso na yun, ginagamit para mag-describe sa lahat. Lahat may value in peso. Yung phone natin, for example, that's 5,000 pesos. Hindi natin sinasabi 5,000 or 5 pigs is 1 phone. Kasi we don't use that or we don't accept that, diba? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung isang pig. Pero alam natin yung value ng isang pera, diba? Kasi nga, ginagamit siya. So, while 1 Cloud9 is 10 pesos, 1 pen is 5 pesos, isang golden retriever na item is 10,000 pesos, ganun-ganon, ginagamit siya na pamantayan sa lahat. And from that, you could also extend your analysis. Okay, sige. So, kapag yung isang dog is 10,000 pesos at yung isang Cloud9 is 10 pesos, how many Cloud9s, for example, kapag yung owner obsessed sa Cloud9, could I use to exchange for a dog? Di ba? 100 1,000 Cloud9s, di ba? So, ganon. Yung pera pwede siyang gamitin as a standard or pamantayan as a conversion factor or conversion value para sa lahat. And you could facilitate an exchange for all, di ba? Pwede ganon. So, for example, sa mga trading side, yung Aklan trade, ganon-ganon, ginagamit na pamantayan hindi yung value ng object intrinsically, pero yung value ng object in terms of monetary form, di ba? So, kapag medyo pareho yung valuing ng object sa pera, then pwede mag-exchange. Pero kapag hindi, then hindi pwede. Ayan. So, that's the second one, standard of value. And the next one, store of value. So, yung pera, kahit 50 years later, 30 years later, 40 years later, 75 years later, hindi mawawala yan ng value. Right? So, baka may magsabi na, sure, yung pera na ginagamit natin na dati, hindi na ina-accept ngayon, yung 10 peso na yun na bill. Pero hindi. Kasi yung Bangko Sentral, before nila sabihin na hindi na pwede gamitin iyon, pinapalitan yan nila. Right? Pinapalitan nila. So, there's still value in paper money. Kasi pinapalitan. Pero, yung pig natin, tsaka yung cow natin, hindi siya valuable after 75 years, after 20 years, after 10 years. Kasi nga, mamamatay na sila. 'Di ba? Pero yung pera na ginagamit natin ngayon, may value pa rin. 'Di ba? We could always exchange it in the bank, and so on. And it's still gonna have some value. Even though pwedeng mag-decrease yung value because of inflation, there's still value given to that money. So, store of value, money should or could be able to be saved for future use without loss in value at all, or with little loss in value. Ayan. So, last one, we also have standard of payment. Eto, or deferred payment. Pwede ba itong gamitin ng mga bangko para gawing pangutang sa iba? Obviously, yung baboy tsaka baka hindi. Pero yung pera, pwedeng-pwede. And ginagamit yan ng lahat. Kahit sino yung pwedeng mangutang, di ba? Para pambili ng sasakyan, para pambayad ng utang ng malalaking bangko sa labas, di ba? Yung pambayad ng debt natin sa labas, panggawa ng isang building, na loan, and so on, pwedeng gamitin yung pera. And so these are the functions of money, and this is the reason why money is important and kinakailangan, 'di ba? Yung buong ekonomiya natin nakasalalay sa pagkakaroon natin ng standard ng pera. Ayan. Okay, so we end here. Please look at the resources and also read your book tomorrow. And if you have any questions, just message or chat me. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you so much for participating today. Bye.